Happy Thanksgiving. How is everybody? There we go. I can probably move you over a little closer. Step out of the way. Well, hello. Happy Thanksgiving. Okay, well, right at the moment it's 65 here. So, that's probably the warmest day we've had in a while. I'm playing around with my cords here. Let's see. Runs down here. I just need to see if these even work or if I need to replace them. Still got lights on the candy cane. Probably the cord I need for there. Let me see what we get. Oh, well, thank you, Roscoe. Now I got colored lights. Where I set my box of clips? Okay, I'm gonna need to go around the other side of the truck here. I'll bring you around the other side here. There we go. Well, hello. Hey, Jinx. Oh, wait. That's Star. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I don't have my glasses on, so I have a little trouble reading it. We have Christmas lights. Okay. So how's that for Christmas lights and high heels? I'm so bad. Oops. Sorry, Bobby. Oh, you know what? I put my ladder up and I didn't grab my Wi-Fi. Anyhow. Let's see, this goes over here. Well, hold on, guys. I got my Wi-Fi thingy out here. My Wi-Fi extender. So I need to swap channels here as I go in the house. So hang on, I will be right back in just 1 minute. I'm back. But I forgot to change it before I took it in the house. Where can I set this? There we go. And then this one needs to plug in. There we go. All right. I got my Wi-Fi extender. So how's dinner going? Okay. a little more coffee here. What do you think of that? Huh? Ooh, even got lipstick on it. Because I've been drinking coffee all day. There we go. I'm back. It's Thanksgiving, guys. So time to upgrade from a number 630 up to a number 635. Older red. I tell you what, I love that red cat head the other night. That was gorgeous. Let me see here. See if I can find myself. Now I can read the side chat, guys. Without my glasses on, it's a little bit tough. Come over here. There I am. I'm here. I'm going to back up and read the chat here. Hey, Bope, if you're on here, love you. Oh, you know what? Speaking of meds, I didn't take my morning pills. I'm a little late for them. I'm going to have to wait. Because my acid reflux med conflicts with my heart medicine. So I've got to take them at least like 4 to 6 hours apart. And I'm under that bar, so. Alright, I'll have an acid stomach in the morning, guys. Oh well. Goodness. Well, what I've been working on here, my company Christmas party is next Saturday night. I've been approved to wear a dress. So, I asked my boss, he ran it up the ladder, it came down from the top that if I want to wear a dress to the Christmas party, I am more than welcome to. So, I've been working on epilating my arms and my legs and my stomach and working on the face here. My God, I did. If you caught my stream last Sunday, I did 2 rounds of nair and epilated on it. And my God, by Wednesday, even though I've been epilating it, getting whatever I can stand to get, by Wednesday I was just literally going insane with it. So it says on it you can keep it on for 10 minutes max. Problem is I had it on for 10 minutes max, and then I started cleaning this, which meant this down here was probably more like 12. So I got a little burn from it, but every time I do it I gain ground, but man, it's not a one-shot deal by any means. So I'm hoping to have all the facial hair here gone before next weekend. But what a project. And for those of you that aren't familiar with what an epilator is, it's basically a set of rotary tweezers that grab the hair and just rip it out. Very barbaric, but it works. It's just, can you handle the pain? No, and I want to get my toes done probably this weekend. I'll go and get a pedi. And then next weekend, I'm thinking if I can get in Saturday morning, I'll give me a mani. And so that way all my nails look pretty. And I hope to be done with all the stubble, because I really don't like it when I get the stubble coming through after a few hours. I want to be cute and clean shaven all night. And my arms and all are feeling so good. That epilator does great, because I haven't shaved now since Sunday of last week. Toast, the only time I'm not full-time is when I'm physically on the job. Other than that, pretty much so. You know, I've gotten to where the stubble drives me nuts, is why I'm trying to get rid of it. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm trying to get it all together. But, no, you never know. It's like I love my clothes. You know, Toast, probably not at this point anyhow, because you lose like 10% of your muscle mass, and there's no way I can afford to lose any muscle mass with my job. Okay, they work you to death, but that's the problem during the week there. I get the testosterone level up, so I'm all pumped to go after it and get the job done, and then, man, the hair just frickin' grows like wildfire. As soon as you get that testosterone up, that hair grows. So, yeah. And normally, between the arms, the chest, the legs, the whole bit, I look like Sasquatch. And I started shaving it all about 1.5 years ago. And I started the legs and the arms probably about 3 years ago. And started shaving the chest area about 1.5 years ago. And I tell you what, once you've had it shaven, and it just feels so clean and so nice that going back to the hair is like, ugh. Anyhow. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've got several people that love my videos, and they keep coming and watching. But, yeah. I don't know where it's going. However, I ordered my Christmas present today for myself, or should I say my guy for Maxine. But I got 3 different sizes of silicone breast forms. Basically what I've got now, I've got A, B, and C in foam. A, B, C, and D in foam. And then I got D, double D, and triple D in silicone. Now, the double D ones I don't really like because they're too firm and you can't glue them. They don't stick. And if you do glue them down, you're going to tear them apart. Would you be quiet? What? Ow! No! Don't jump on me. Don't jump on me. You want to go out? Hold on, let me put the doggy out. Okay. But no, what I got, basically, like I said, what I have now is a D, a double D, and a triple D. And the triple D is huge. I mean, they're nice, they're big, and yeah, once you get them on, they're a pain in the neck to get off, but hey, that comes with the size of them. But the double D one, like I say, it was a cheaper one, and you can't glue it or anything. You can just strictly drop it in, and it's firm. So I'm not really crazy over it. These are the Ds, and I've been wearing these for, oh God, 6, 7 years now. The same pair, and so I got me another pair in that size because I'm afraid that one day these are going to come apart. And then I got me an A cup because I've got quite a few A bras that I bought because, you know, if I don't want to look like the girl and I want to look like the guy, but I still want the bra on, the A cups are perfect. You know, you can put the bra and throw them in there and, okay, it looks like you got pecs. You know, but that's the idea. And being they've got a deal on them on eBay there, where I look at that and it's like, damn, I can get 3 sets cheaper than I could buy 1 set like a year ago. So, yeah. And they're supposed to be the super soft, the gluables, the whole bit. So, and they've got the nipples and all, where you can even go braless if you want. Which these here, they're not really designed to go braless, but they glue down, they stay, and yeah, you can go braless for short periods with it, and they're fine. But no, I haven't eaten yet. The wife says it's probably going to be about another hour. She's cooking dinner today. I've cooked dinner so many times, and other times we've had the two of us together, but we just kind of seem to take turns at everything, you know. It's never of, you know, it's your job or it's my job. No, we both jump in and do whatever. Now I was watching Nova Gina and she passed out. I haven't gone back to see. Let me see here. Ah, she woke up and got offline. Ah, goodness. I don't know how that girl stays up all day, all night and all day. But no, with that epilating, I tell you what. It's rough. It's hurts. It's barbaric. I don't know how women can do it. It's like insane. But after you've done it 3, 4, 5 times, and, you know, I mean, you can go ahead and epilate like every day, every other day. Because it was like 2 weeks ago on the weekend. It was like that Saturday, I think, when I shaved my arms and my legs last. And since then, I've just been epilating it. And I've got it down now where you don't see any hairs on it, even when you look down the edge with the light. No, I don't see any hairs. It feels so baby soft, smooth. It's like, I love it. And my legs are coming around the same way. Now my legs got little bumpies here and there on them from plucking the hairs out. Because that thing is, I can't imagine somebody designed something like that for women. It's like, yow! But the wife did my back yesterday when I got home. Because when I got home, it's like, man, that facial hair was so bad. And it's so thick and so dense that it hurts. And, you know, I was hitting it like every hour there with the epilator in the van during the day. And then it just got to the point that, yeah, it was just all... I mean, I swear to God, I could grow an eighth of an inch a day on the job, easy. But it was eating me alive. And so I couldn't wait to get home, and I did the nair, and I pushed it as long as it says you can, and then I started removing it, which meant the lighter stuff here, I wound up with some burns from it. But it takes a bunch off, the nair does, but, you know, I'm not getting it clean first try. The hair is so thick and so heavy, this is a long road. And so then, like I say, as it grows out, I'll take the epilator to it again. And then probably along about Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll try the nair again if I think I need to, or if I can handle the pain from the epilator. But it's feeling better. I'm still a little sore on the edges here from the burning. But, yeah, no, I've got the wiry bristle from hell down here on the chin and the neck. So, I can't believe they designed an epilator for women. And then on the commercials they show like the lady epilator, you know, da, 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 oh yeah, so smooth. Where it's more like, yeah. I got just a couple spots up at the top by the neck there that I need to still get. And the only reason the wife didn't get those last night when she did my back, because I had 2 weeks worth of growth on the back. And I was thinking of live streaming it here. But I was doing the face, I had the epilator in hand, and I asked her, it's like, you want to just try a little spot on my back so I got some idea what kind of pain I'm in for when we do this? And so she just takes and just basically holds me down and I'm like, ah! It's like, that's love, guys. And she's like, you were squirming too bad up there. She says, I don't want to torture you anymore. Well, Star, Walmart has that epilator on sale online for $17.48. So when you put it up against, say, waxing, electrolysis, laser, it's pretty flippin' cheap. You know, it's like buying a bicycle over a Chevrolet to try to get there. All right, yeah, it works. You'll get there. It's just not the easy way. But yeah, it works. And the thing is, the slower you go, so the fewer hairs you're plucking at a time, the less painful it is. But no, my personal thoughts. Now, okay, I'm not referring to Elvis as a terrorist, but I'm thinking if it was standard policy that any terrorist, we would completely epilate every hair off their body, I have a feeling we wouldn't have terrorism. The pain is that intense in some areas. And the problem with the neck and the chin is the hairs are so fine that there's like no gap hardly between them. It's like a solid mat of thick wire hair. And it's like, Jesus, that's painful. But the arms and the legs, they're looking great. And once you make it through the first time over, then what hairs come up are finer and thinner, and those aren't bad at all. It's, you know, yeah, then you could do the da-da-da-da-da-da, and you just get a little pricking sensation here and there. But when you got the really heavy black guy hair, I don't think they intend for you to use, for a guy to be using an epilator. And like I say there, when she got up around the shoulders now, I figured, you know, oh yeah, you know, I can handle the back. When she got around toward the sides, it's like, man, I am like squirming, holding my breath and everything. And when she got up to the shoulder blades and around the neck, it's like, ah! Probably a good thing I didn't have a chance to live stream it. It's like, you know, I like to think I'm tough, but man, I'm sorry. I'm thinking if you guys are out there looking for the perfect woman for a wife, you want a woman that epilates to bear your child, because childbirth would be a piece of cake compared to epilating. At least to know in delivery she wouldn't be like, oh, I hate you for this. No. Well, when I was shaving my legs all the time, yeah, I was buying 6 cans of shave cream at a time. I'm using a 5-bladed, you know, razor, the what is it, Gillette Fusion 5 powered, and I get good results, but then 2 days later I'm prickly as a bear. And that's why I started the epilator, because with the epilator, like I say, it literally plucks the hairs right out. It's nothing more than 40 pairs of tweezers on a drum, and it just plucks it out. And after a week and a half of epilating, my legs and my arms are like so baby smooth, and I wake up without any prickle. Basically, once you get it all worked through the first time over, then you're supposed to be good for 4 to 6 weeks between shaves. So I will find out. I'm thinking with the way I grow, even if I could go 2 weeks, I'd be a happy camper. But yeah, and the more you epilate, the finer the hair gets, to where the easier it is to pull it out. So yeah, that's what this one scar here is there. I managed to clip myself with the razor somehow. And usually if I get myself, it's when I'm tipping it over or whatever to use either the other side of the face or to use the blade on the back. But yeah, I'm on 3 blood thinners. So one little nick or scratch and I bleed like I stuck pig. Like goodness. And it's like yesterday on the job, I got a little bitty scratch there and I was bleeding for a while, and then another little bitty scratch, some on the back here. Yeah, little scratch right here. And that thing bled for like half an hour. And it was all just from stocking 12 packs. You know, I'm reaching in and you happen to scrape the corner of one or something when you're trying to get them out of there. So, it's like I hate the fact I bleed so easy. What type of makeup do I like? Well, I have been using Maybelline here lately. I started out with dollar store, and then I moved on to Elf, and now I'm using Maybelline, and I like the Maybelline. There we go. Well, I still use the Elf for touch-up, because that's like the last that goes on. But I've been doing the Maybelline Fit here for a base, and then I come over it with, where's my, oh, it's probably in my purse. Well, I got a new one back here. Then I go over it with the, no wait, that's Revlon. I go over it with the Revlon, and what I find is a liquid base. And then when you put the Revlon powder on, you've got a face that's going to look the same way all day. It sticks, it stays. And then I just use the Elf for the touch-up around the mouth and stuff whenever you're eating or you blow your nose. And then on the eyes, I've been doing, it's I believe it's Maybelline, but yeah, it's a Color Tattoo 24-hour. And I do that in white, because my eyes are sunken back. So this is just a white, and it's a cream, and you put it on the base. Then I can use any powder, and it's like I've just been using the LA powder here, the LA colors from the Dollar Tree, because I like the shade of blue, and it makes it stick, makes it stay. So as long as you've got a liquid or, you know, cream base, whatever powder you put over it is going to stay. So, yeah. And then, of course, I've still got my kit I use all the time for, like, I do the eyebrows and stuff. And that is one that I got at Family Dollar a couple of years ago. And got so many different colors. And I know they say you're supposed to throw your makeup out and change it so often, but I've never had a reaction or problem, so I'm not going to worry about it. And then on the lipstick, okay, you can tell the way the year is going, because I was on the 735, which is kind of a pink, and then when, about a month or two ago, I got into the 630 red, which is a nice red. I've been wearing it a lot. And then for the holidays, I found the 635 red. It's a whole lot redder, and I like my reds. So yeah, okay, that's a 625. That's my 635. So it's like I'm getting redder as we're getting toward Christmas. Now the cat had one on the other night. It was a MAC. It was a, what was it, Woo Explosion, I think. And it's like, ooh, I like that. It was just so bold red. But you know, when I wear my dress to my Christmas party, I even got the wedding ring to go with it. What do you think? Get the light right, it sparkles like crazy. Yeah, there's a little sparkle in there. Yeah. But you figure we employ about 200 people. And with everybody, you know, people bringing their wives or spouses, whatever, the girlfriends, we'll probably have like 350 people there. Now, I'm a manager there, but everybody knows I dress. It's never been a secret. A lot of them have my YouTube channel, and I was approved to wear a dress to my Christmas party. Because I asked, it's like, you know, hey, 31 years I've been here doing this, and, you know, if I want to wear a dress to my Christmas party, can I? Well, he ran it up the ladder, and it wound up all the way up the ladder, and it came down from the top that if I want to wear a dress, I'm more than welcome to. Just like I told my boss, it's like, I don't want it to affect my job. But what I found, my God, for all the years I've been there, I'm, you know, on the job, I'm the cast iron bastard, you know, I'm focused. It's like, man, this is going to get done. You know, we're going to knock this out and take care of it. And when I came out to them, it's like I gained so much support from everybody because I think they were just happy to see that that's just the part I play on the job. That's not who I am. Okay, I have a softer side. But what they see on the job is the focused cast iron bastard. All right, you know, whatever they tell me I got to get done, hey, I'm on it. It's going to happen. It doesn't matter if it takes me 15 and a half hours. It's going to happen. So yeah, and I'm thinking, you know, some of the newer people that may not be aware of it, it may throw them for a loop. I'm sure rumors are going around the plant everywhere that, you know, oh yeah, Greg's going to be wearing a dress to the Christmas party. So, but yeah, it's like I don't make a secret of it. Come on, the bumper sticker on the back of my van reads, "When life's a drag, dress accordingly." And, you know, I run around on the job with my coffee cup that says, "I love cross-dressing." It's not a secret. Basically, you know, for those of you that are afraid to step out of the closet and go out, you know, I was in the closet for like 12 years. I was so ready to get out the door. I was like the bull in the bullpen. I was wanting to get out that gate and be free. And at that point, you know, because for those of you that are new here, where it all started on my coming out was Memorial Weekend 2.5 years ago. And it was Sunday night, about 11:15. Now, our trash runs on Monday. So I happen to think it's like, you know what, I don't know if they're running on the holiday or not, but a lot of times our garbage company will. It's up to the guys if they want to, or if they want to work the following Saturday to catch it up. And so it's like, all right, I'm going to full maxi dress with my nice heels and stuff, and, you know, the hair, the bow, the whole bit. And I'd had about a half a bottle of scotch to drink that night. So I wasn't feeling any pain. It's like, and I look out the window, the whole neighborhood's dark. So it's like, okay, you know, it should be safe. And so I go out to the backyard, I grab a garbage can, and I bring it on around the van and around to the front curb there. And then I stop here at the front of the house to grab one to take back. And as I come around the van, the light comes on, my neighbor's light, and so I'm in the spotlight. And he's basically the Marlboro Man. He's the Arizona cowboy. I mean, clear to the whole attire, the truck, the life, the whole bit. He's from Arizona, and he grew up as a rancher. And so I run face to face into him, and it's like, okay, you caught me. And when, you know, I started explaining to him a little bit about, you know, how long I've been at it and the whole bit, he told me, he says, "We don't care what you wear. We love you for who you are, not what you wear." So it's like, cool. Well, then I thought about it, and it's like, okay, if word gets around, you know, I don't want it to come back and bite me. So at that point, I put some pictures and all on my work computer, and my first concern was the job. And so then, all right, on that Tuesday after the holiday, we had a meeting. And I'm thinking it was that Tuesday. It might have been a week out. But anyhow, it was the same day that Caitlyn Jenner came out. And, you know, my intention was to, you know, show the guys at work that, hey, this is me. And so I walk into the meeting, and the comment was, yeah, I had Wheaties for breakfast, and look what happened. And I'm showing off my pictures. And they got such a kick out of that. And I think it was such a shock to them that, you know, me being Mr. Tough, focused, and so serious, could be a cross-dresser. So, okay. I got it covered there at work. And like I say, a lot of the people at work even have my YouTube channel. But then I went around to all my neighbors around here and filled them in. Well, since then, we've had a lot of neighbors move and go. And I'll tell you what's funny. The couple that crossed the street on the corner in the two-story house, they bought it about 4 months ago. And I got to talking to them at Halloween. And then I ran into the guy out here, I think it was Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday night of last week. I just come home from court. And it was so funny because, you know, he never realized that the guy and the girl that he sees out in the front yard are both me. He knows now. But, yeah, he had no idea. But speaking of court, okay. You know, a few months back, I got charged with vandalizing my neighbor's trash that she threw in my yard to the tune of $10. So, it's like, okay, you know, if I'm being charged for vandalizing her trash, I'm going to take it all the way to the frickin' jury for $10. All right. Well, Thursday was our first court date. We were supposed to meet at the First Appearance Center. And the attorney, the DA, you know, I got my attorney with me, and the DA comes out. And this was classic. He's like, you know what? He says, I had a chance to review the evidence. He says, I'm just going to dismiss this case. He says, I don't even want to touch it. There is so much criminal wrongdoing on her part that there's no way I could win it. And if I put it in front of the jury, they'd wind up having to lock her up. And he says, that wouldn't look good on my record or my career. So he says, I'm just going to dismiss it and walk away. And so, yeah, he dismissed it all. And so I'm free. I didn't get, it's off my record now, okay, even though I was charged for $10 worth of vandalism to trash that was thrown in my yard, which the officer was an idiot. He never even put her address on it, to where the DA wound up calling my attorney and getting in touch with me to get the address for her. It's like the whole thing was just, it was just ridiculous. I'm like, come on, they're not going to throw me in jail for $10 worth of vandalism done to trash thrown in my yard? And no, I had all the evidence, all the videos, everything to back it up, support it. And he's like, there's no way I would even want to touch this case. Because it would have been a black mark on his whole career and his record. It would look bad. And anyhow, the good part is all the evidence is on file now. There's a record of all of it. And from what my attorney said, he said if she so much as even calls the police at this point, they'll probably just arrest her and take her in. Okay. They've got so much evidence against her. And so, yeah, she is on the knife blade waiting to drop on her neck. And so, yeah, any little thing, you know, and yeah, she's toast at this point because now they've seen the light. Now then, this fence out here, she moved it from the other side over here because she put the house up for sale and she's trying to cover up my no trespassing signs and all that shit. And so it's a 6.5 foot high fence. Now, according to code, it can't be over 48 inches in the front yard. And the top 25% has got to be, or the top 15 inches has got to be 25% see-through. Well, as you saw, it's solid wood. So that's a complete code violation. And because of the tree out here, she came around on my side of the tree, which actually puts the end of it 9 inches on my property. Well, so okay, I go out, bought me a $750 metal detector so I could go out and find the frickin' marker out back. And when I found the marker, I put a big pole with a flag on it there. So when she realized that the fence was on my property, she goes out back and removes the flag, throws it over my yard, digs the peg up, and pulls the peg out of the ground, throws it on the ground. And I've got video of all of this. So it's like, okay, I can actually take her to court for $6,500 to replace that peg because I got video on it. And that is vandalism, and it costs $6,500 for the surveyor to survey the community and put that peg back. Because it's an older neighborhood, and they're going to have to start quite a ways away and work their way here. So, yeah, I can totally fuck her to pieces at this point. You know, it's like she wants to piss me off, hey. But what I figured, I am going to wait until we get that nasty week of cold and snow and freezing temperatures where it's like 10 below 0 and, you know, 35 mile an hour north wind with the wind chill of -35 and the ground's frozen solid. Then I'm going to call code compliance on her on the fence. Because she's going to be out there then in the worst possible weather of the year, having to pull that fence out of the ground and get it off my property. And at that point, it's going to be frozen in so hard that it's going to be like impossible for her. And they're going to have to cut the thing way down and modify it. And so I'm going to wait until the worst possible week. Because that's what she did to me back here this year in January. She waited till the worst possible week, and then she called and reported that the junk in my backyard, where I had 300 pallets back there to be cut up for firewood. And I am out there in like 10-degree temperatures with snow blowing and the wind and all, cutting up 300 frickin' pallets to get them out of there. I had 10 days to do it. And it's like, you know what? She had to come all the way around and lean over my fence, over my gate, to even be able to see they were in my backyard. And so, yeah. So I'm going to return the favor. What goes around comes around. The golden rule applies. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Which, by the way, when I posted that on the end of the wall out here, after she stuck the cameras in my frickin' door and my face and everything else and started pulling all this shit, I put the golden rule up there on the wall. She called the police, said I was threatening her. So yeah, the golden rule is a threat to her. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Where do you find a threat in this? But no, it's all documented on file that, yeah, she was threatened by that. And it's like, it's the golden rule you teach every kid. What's threatening about it? She's one of those do unto you and split, you know? Oh, she is a complete nut job. Problem is, she has been doing so many drugs for so many years, she is so fucking paranoid that every time she'd take another shot at us and I wouldn't respond, that was the best thing I could have done, because she was literally going insane, convinced I was coming after her. And all I did was drive her completely frickin' batty and nuts with it. Because she was so worried about it, running around with a gun and everything. It's like, you know, she couldn't even sleep at night because she had to have the gun on her and all, because she just knew I was going to do something. No, it was the perfect thing to do. Do nothing. Let her just freak herself out. You know, if I was going to do it, put it this way, I'd catch her out in the yard with a gun on her, and I'd take the frickin' chainsaw to her and amputate her arms and her legs, and then stick the frickin' gun up her ass and pull the trigger. Okay, it'd be her gun, not mine. But no, I'd out and out dismember her to begin with, to where that way then if she survived, she'd have the rest of her life to think about all of this shit she has pulled on so many people, and she'd have to be spoon-fed by somebody. Which nobody in her family would do that. But no, that's, if I was going to actually take any action, I'd go the whole route. Like I said, I'd just take a chainsaw to her and dismember her. And that way, she's got the rest of her life to think about it. Quickest way to make her change. Because otherwise, she's just going to be as vicious and go to the next person. And no matter what I do, I'm going to do time for it. So, you know what? Might as well go big. You know, because, you know, the way the law is, it's like, yeah, I'd be doing so much freaking time anyhow. I'm going to make it worth my while. You know, it's like when you're pulling out to pass somebody on the road. If you've only got 3 or 4 miles left to go, it's not worth pulling out and passing. The risk is too high. Now then, if you've got 100 miles to go, okay, then it's worth taking the risk to get around that guy so you can get there. But if it's only going to make a difference of a few minutes in your day, it's not worth it. Okay? And I'm the guy that got put through the system for verbal assault by my ex-wife. I called her a fucking whore. And it cost me $16,000 fighting that. And that's only because I walked in the house, I caught her doing my boss on the couch. It was my boss at that time. She was doing my boss on the couch when I walked in the front door. And I called her a fucking whore. And yeah, I got arrested for verbal assault because she was also doing favors for the police officer and stuff. It was a Officer Tomish, something like that. And yeah, she was giving him blowjobs in the freaking parking lot. To where, no, I got arrested, thrown in jail. I spent my 26 hours in jail, and it cost me $16,000 fighting that damn charge. And it's like, you gotta be kidding me. What happened to freedom of speech? You don't have freedom of speech in America anymore. It's not there. So, yeah. Okay, it's been on her with the house for sale and moving. I'm thinking it's another one of her games. Because what the deal is her mother actually owns the house. And her mother is the one that put it up for sale. Now, she's living in the garage over there. But she's got to be there anytime anybody shows up to look at the house. And all she does is trash us to anybody that shows up. She spends all her time just bashing the shit out of us. Nobody's going to buy that house if your neighbors are that bad. So I'm thinking this is her game, because if the house sells, she's got nowhere to go. She has got nowhere to go. She is going to have to figure out what the hell to do with her life. And so I think she is screwing the shit out of her mother, trying to ensure that that house doesn't sell, so she's got a place to stay. And so, yeah, because, I'm sorry, if you were coming to look at my house and I was trying to sell it, oh, you've got such beautiful neighbors, they're so nice. It's not like, yeah, she's such a piece of shit, man. She'll come over and threaten to blow your head off with a freaking gun, smoking her dope and everything else. I mean, come on, you're not going to buy the house at that. It's sales, okay? Get real. Yes, I did. Well, the problem with the high heel necklace, I was getting them off eBay. And they look beautiful. The plating is crap. And I can wear it 2 or 3 times, and at that point, the plating's gone. The gold, I'm good for like once or twice. The silver, I can get maybe 3 tries. But, yeah, the plating on it is not very good. But they're like $1.98. So, yeah, if you buy it, assume it's expendable. But, yeah, it's on eBay. Normally, mostly, you'll catch me in my pearls. Or I've got a couple of nice necklaces. And you know what? I don't know if this one is still in here, or if this one is hanging on my tree. Nope, it's on my tree. But I got a real nice one that it's a Terry Berry, which it's hanging on my tree there in my closet. But that was my 30-year anniversary gift from Coca-Cola. So I chose the woman's necklace, and it's got a purple stone in it and all. And so, yeah. And it's the real thing. So, okay, guys. My Christmas lights, a little bright on a couple of the cameras there. Just a little bright. But that's okay. We'll see what happens after dark, because right now the sun, as you can see, is still on the, well, it's basically dark outside, but any camera that faces west, it's still got a little light from the sun. But, so that's what's been going on, guys. But yeah, Yep. Now I figured next weekend I got brand new blonde wigs, the long curly ones that you see me in a lot of my videos. Okay, I bought a 6-pack of them. So I have got plenty of brand new long curly wigs, and then I'll put my red bow with it, with the red dress with the black stripes. And I've got, the wife thinks I should take the black sweater with me. I've got several different white ones that I like, and then I've got the really long one that I had on. I think I got a video with it on, but yes, I got the real long cardigan. And then I've got the cute black one that, if you look at my video back in early October where I had on the pink breast cancer awareness dress, yeah, it's got the clear see-through down across the back. It's really flirty. It's like really feminine, really flirty. It's fun to wear. You know, I've gone from being, I grew up as the macho redneck in Corkscrew Swamp in southwest Florida. We were 10 miles from the nearest sign of life. You know, we raised Black Angus cattle and grew palm trees. And yes, I'm really good with a tractor, and I drove a pickup truck since I was, what, 17, and the whole bit. So, yeah, I got the cowboy hat and all still, and I don't think I got any boots I can wear anymore. But no, I was the redneck to the core, and here I am now, the crossdresser. I'm also a Republican, so I think I've gone against the grain of like everything in society. And what I found, though, like I was saying earlier, for those of you that are in the closet that want to get out, when you step out the front door, own it. Step out the door like, you know, you were hot shit, and that, you know, this is who you are, and just, well, normally the saying would be the man, but be the woman, okay? And people buy it. So once you've been out a few times, at this point, it's like, hell, I wound up at the frickin' dentist in that breast cancer dress, because, you know, hell, we were out and about, and the day went on, and by the time my dentist appointment came up, I didn't have time to come home and change clothes, get rid of it all, so I went to the dentist in it. And you know what? That was fun. Went to the Trump rally in a dress, got to meet Trump. So I was a 6 foot, 5.5 inch tall blonde girl in the beautiful black, fit and flare color black dress. Yeah, I wanted answers from the man. Okay. I didn't believe the fake news and all of this. And I'm trying to figure out why the whole LGBT community was voting for Hillary. And I'm like, why? I went to Pride Fest and I come home so confused and so concerned, and that's when I started sending Trump emails. Which, by the way, if you send Trump an email, even a tweet, whatever, you will either get a response or it'll be in his very next news thing. Because 5 times when he was running for the office, I sent him comments, suggestions. 5 times it was in the next rally, and I got a response from him. After he made president, when all the rioting was going on, I sent him a tweet saying, when you improve the educational system, it'll help to reduce the rioting. Next morning in his news conference, he's like, my next project is working on the educational system to improve it. And I'm like, holy shit, he still listens. But I'm kind of the radical guy on this campaigning bit. The whole time I went as Maxine. He knew me as Maxine. And Maxine CD. And so it's like, all right, a basket of deplorables. I am wearing a dress to this to go meet Trump. I had a great time. It was an awesome night. Where everybody's like, you're nuts, they'll kill you. No. No, they all loved to get a kick out of it. You know, so push the envelope. I went down to the frickin' homeless park with like 150 homeless people down there. and did a video where I'm in the stockings and the garter and the nice outfit and the whole bit. I had a great time, and I was treated with respect from the homeless people. Okay? I'm just being me, being nice to them and the whole bit, and, you know, stop, talk to them, whatever. And they were all nice to me. You know, I was thinking, all right, this is like really high risk here. But, you know, and I get on that testosterone kick that, yeah, I'm bulletproof, you know. Hey, you want a piece of me, come get it, you know. I'm still the redneck at heart. And, see, if anybody wanted to try to assault me or something, I'm the Trojan horse here, okay? I'm not the cute little sweet darling I look like. I'm still the Florida redneck down underneath that, you know, won't back down from anything. Hello, Markio. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, I am happy. I was supposed to be dead New Year's Eve of 2013. I had a 98% blockage in the Widowmaker and in the family history and everything. You know, doctor said I was within a couple hours of being dead, and if I hadn't have taken a couple of aspirin before I headed to the hospital, good possibility those aspirin saved my life. And looking at the age of everybody in my family, that was my time to go. Well, too many things went right that day. I scared the shit out of them at the hospital. It's actually parked in the garage. I walked all the way around to ER. And they left me sitting there about 15 minutes. Called me back for an EKG. Sent me back out. A couple minutes later, they come out of the back room with a gurney and 5 people and throw me on the gurney. Down the hall we go. Draw some blood, take some x-rays. And we're headed down the hall to surgery, and I got a gal running on one side of me shaving my privates, and a gal on the other side shaving my chest and putting the electric pads on me. And I was in surgery within an hour pulling in the parking garage. I scared the shit out of them. And it's like the doctor said, you know, even if you are on the table and it blows, they can't get in quick enough to save you. And so, yeah, it's like those couple of aspirin very well saved my life. And if I didn't heed all the signs right at that point, and I went on to the next store, I could tell you exactly where I would have died. Which is pretty scary. It took me several months to get comfortable with going back in that store after that. But as soon as I came out of surgery, and I came to, the wife met me with this beautiful necklace with the turquoise stone. And I had ordered it a while before, and it had just come in the mail, and she brought it to me. And it's like, that was just so sweet, you know. I come awake, and I've got a necklace to wear, a beautiful necklace. And that's real nice when it's well finished. It doesn't change, it doesn't corrode. And so, yeah. But, so I got another chance at life. And I went through one other heart surgery, because there was a false positive on the echo thing or whatever, where it showed up with a shadow that looked like a blockage. But no, they got in, they checked it out, and while I was in there, went on ahead, cleaned everything out all through it. So I'm on bonus overtime. Life has no rules. You know, I was a macho bastard all my life. I have proven myself for all those years, and you know what? Once I realized that there may not be a tomorrow, I'm done with that. I've got nothing left to prove. I'm going to enjoy it. That's part of the reason it's like, yeah, I'll put a dress on, I'll go anywhere. Yeah. In fact, what's funny is with this court date and stuff, I kept thinking, it's like, hey, do I want to wear a dress or do I want to go as the guy? You know? Other than the fact that, you know, I didn't want him to try to get me on contempt of court or something, which, you know, being a cross-dresser, I don't know, you know, if they could catch me on something on that or not. But I think that's her biggest issue next door, is the fact that I run around in a dress. Yep. You love the Walmart twirl. Well, I'm known for the Walmart twirl. So you know when I'm in Walmart, I got a twirl. Anyhow, I've got a whole channel out there, Mariko. I've got a whole sub-channel on my channel of my gun-toting neighbor to get some ideas of what kind of person she is. Yep. And you know, it's like I love my dresses. I've got the most beautiful collection of dresses. And, you know, I love my breast forms. And, you know, when you look at my clothes, and like I was saying earlier, I ordered my Christmas present. They've got a company on eBay that has the silicone breast forms, the super soft ones that you can do the adhesive to and the whole bit. They've got them on sale. So based on size, but they're like under 50 bucks. Now, the nice pair that I've got in there are that'll be a 44 double D or a 42 triple D. But yeah, they were like $239. I mean, most of them there have been well over 100 bucks. And so being they've got a deal going for under 50 bucks, like, all right, I bought me a pair of the 42A. So if I want to go as a guy but wear the bra and the forms, hey, just looks like pecs. And then I bought the 42D and the 42 double D, which these are 42Ds. But I've been wearing these for 6 or 7 years now, and I'm so afraid they're going to fall apart at some point. You know, I stick them on, glue them down. I've had glue on and off of them more times than I can count, and I wish I could find another pair just like them. But then the 42 double D or 44D it's a cheaper form. It's a firmer. You can't stick them on because they're just like coated, they're wrapped or whatever. And if I start gluing them down, I'm going to tear them up. And so they're made strictly as insert. And so I like the 42 double D that I can glue on. And these are actually designed so if you want to just glue them on and go braless, you can. Which is kind of fun. So, yeah. Where these here, I don't think these are necessarily designed to go braless. I have for short periods with them. And yeah, when they're stuck down good, they stay and they haven't torn up. But I keep looking at them and it's like, how many years can I get out of them? I come home from work, I hit the shower, I put them on. In the morning, I get out of bed in the morning, I take them off, go hit the shower, put my work clothes on, go to work. So when you look at how much wear time, and I sleep in them every night and the whole bit, and they've held up well. I mean, they're beautiful. So I don't think they make quality like that anymore, but it might surprise me. But I think on the breast forms, I think there's a connection between the cost of silicone and I don't know what silicone's made from. It's probably a petroleum base or something. But yeah, so I'm thinking depending on, you know, fuel costs, whatever. Because when I first got these, they were like 35 bucks. Now granted, that was a long time ago. But, and to begin with there, rather than I was afraid to stick them on. So I cut the plastic around the edge. I used them as inserts for many years until the plastic completely wore through and there was nothing left. And at that point, I had no choice but to stick them on. What? You coming over here to harass me? You coming over here to harass me, baby? Oh, you just want my attention. But yeah, the fact that they've held up for so long. And, you know, it's a case of, all right, I buy the spray glue. In fact, I got a backup can even, so I don't run short. It's the Hollister adhesive there, made by Adapt. But it's basically the same thing as the Hollister. And, yeah, you spray it on, and then they're super sticky. And basically just wash them with warm soap and water every time before you put them on. And the stick will come back. And after about a week, week and a half, the sticky will start to fade a little. Well, then I found you got two options. You can spray it with more, or if you hit it with the remover and just rub it down good, but don't take it clear off, just rub it down good, then it comes back super sticky again. And then you're good for another, you know, 4 or 5 days, 6 days. And then at that point, it's like, all right, Do I want to hit it with more adhesive? Do I want to hit it with the remover? Either one is going to make it sticky. So yeah. What will Tyson's Christmas present be? I am thinking that I probably need to go look on BarkBox and see what they got for December toys here once we get into December. Because the way he goes after those boxes, I don't know if there's a smell factor to it, or if it's just that new toy smell, or what. But every time he gets a BarkBox, he goes nuts with it. And that's why I videoed that, because I knew as soon as I handed it to him, it's like, how fast can I get the video going here? Because I knew he was going to go nuts. Now, any other box you give him, okay, if it's an empty box, yeah, he'll take it and he'll just tear it up and break it down just because he likes to tear up boxes. But, you know, if you get a package in and you throw it down, he'll never touch it. He's not going to go tear up your UPS parcels. But when he gets his own toy, it's like he knew it was his because I had it in my hand. I went to the back door and I opened the door to let him in. As soon as he came in, he knew that box was his. And by the time I got to the front window and he jumps up in it, you know, he's like, I want my box, I want my box. Like, he knows it's his. So, I'm thinking I'll order a couple of toys from him. And I don't know if I'm going to either have to keep them out in the van or put them up in the attic or what. But I figured I'd get a couple toys and I'll just leave the box sealed the way it comes in. Wrap it up, put a bow on it, and put it up somewhere high in a closet or something. Because I don't know if they like spray it with a scent that the dogs can smell or what, but it comes in with his name on it. I don't think he can read his name on the label. I really doubt that, but you never know. But yeah, so and somebody made the comment to me. In fact, I think it was Rub One Out that asked me, you know, well, what are you doing for him for Christmas? And I hadn't really thought about it. And that's when I got to thinking. It's like, all right, I'll get some more toys, keep the box sealed, wrap it up, put it away, and then hand it to him Christmas morning. But I'm going to have to wait and see what they come up with. Which, by the way, he loves his lipstick toy. He is so funny because he probably runs around with that one more than the French toast one. You know? And it just, I'm thinking the shape, the style. But when you look at it, it looks fairly fragile. But no, it's pretty freaking tough. You can grab the end of it and drag him around with it and stuff like that. No, it doesn't come apart. So even though it's got that nice soft like velvetiness to it and it just feels so fragile, I don't know how they make these, but BarkBox really tests them to make sure that you're getting a quality product. And they're like $10 a toy, which if you're going to look at Kong, you're going to spend $10 or more on a Kong. So, not a bad line, not a bad price. Okay, one I thought of earlier, you know, I was over there on Nova Gina's site there, and just like I always am giving her crap, and, you know, she lives in Vegas, and I told her, you know, I made the comment, it's like, you know, I had to buy you, you know, check into a plane ticket to fly you out here, so, you know, you can spend a couple days with me, and she's afraid of flying, so the plane is out of the question. So then I got to looking at it, and it's like, okay, what about if we fly to Vegas for a weekend? Now, December, it's like $386 per person per night. Okay, granted you get the resort the whole bit. Now then I'm looking at January, and I picked like January 20th just at random. And if we wanted to fly out there and stay at the Circus, which would be perfect because with my daughter, you know, they've got all the amusement bit for the kids. And so that way we could go as a family. And the wife has actually got a good girlfriend of hers that lives in Vegas. She used to work with her for many years. In fact, her husband worked for us for a while. And then, yeah, Kelly's in Vegas. Or Nova. Was Kelly, now it's Nova. But she's in Vegas. And so I'm thinking, you know what? It would be fun to fly out there, just for a weekend. And, you know, one night, maybe 2 nights. But for like $128 a person a night. Airfare and hotel included. It's like, okay, for under $400, the whole family can fly out there, spend a night, you know, have a weekend getaway. Because they don't want to be away from the dogs and the cats too long. Okay, if they go one night and we come back, you know, within like 48 hours, they're probably going to be okay, other than I'm going to have carpets to clean from where they make messes. But, yeah, I'm thinking they could probably survive 48 hours. They'd be totally panicked. And when we did get home, they'd probably sleep for 2 days. But, yeah. Okay, now Tyson is an American Bulldog. Now Stella, the white one with the big brown heart on her side and the more slender snout, she's actually a white boxer. But I think she's got a little bit of something else in her because she doesn't have the big, broad, chubby cheeks. So, but she's actually a white boxer. That's why she gets so hyper at times. And then Cocoa Puff, the brown one with the little white downer and the white paws, that's Cocoa Puff. She's a pit bull. So, but no, Tyson is an American Bulldog. Tyson! There he is. See, he's an American Bulldog. He's a big boy. He's about 120 pounds. And he's my baby. Yes, he is. You want to bark and say hello to him? You want to bark at me and say hello? Say hello to YouTube. See your picture? Say hello. Say hello. What are your thoughts, huh? Talk to me. Talk to me. Okay, talk to me. What do you want? What do you want? Talk to me. Come on, talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Come on. Come on. Tell me what you're thinking. What do you want? What are you thinking? Come on. Come on. He's not going to do it now. Usually he'll stand there and he'll drive me freaking nuts with that woof, 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 woof. Yeah. So what do you think of the shorts there, huh? I saw those and I thought they were cute. Ooh. They short girly shorts. They go perfect with the tank top. Yeah, no. Of course, granted, a little bit of the bra shows, but it's a smooth bra anyhow. So it's not like it's going to show anything. But yeah, it covers, it holds them. It holds me so tight. Ah. I love it when it holds me tight at night. You know, the one thing I need to do is work on my voice. Because I still sound like the frickin' God. I've got to work on the voice. You know, maybe we'll start giving it a try. Basically, I know it's supposed to come from here, not from the guy. Because the guy comes from down here. So, I don't know. What do you think? How do I sound? I mean, does it sound feminine at all? I can't tell to myself what I sound like. I need to literally record it and then go back and listen to it. Because I really don't know. I just don't want something that sounds really squeaky and annoying. Oh, I love American Bulldogs too. Now, he was a rescue. I don't know if you've heard this story. But the previous owner got him as a puppy and took him home, stuck him in a kennel box for the first 10 months of his life. Well, then the guy said that he bit him, so he beat him in the head with a stick, burned holes in his head with a cigarette, took him over to Dream Power and says, look, you need to take this dog or I'm going to shoot him. Now, his stories, he was claiming he killed a cat and did all these nasty things and the whole bit. And we were volunteering over there at Dream Power. And I wake up one Saturday morning And I don't know why, but I looked at the web page, and there's his face. And I went in, I woke the wife up. It's like, honey, can we go look at a dog? And she's like, you want to go look at a dog? We already have two. Yeah, I want to go look at a dog. She's like, okay. So we go over, and he was in the kennel there, and they were cleaning it at the time. And so he was all covered with poo-poo and everything everywhere, because the floor was wet and all the poo was running through the whole place as they're hosing it out, and he's sitting in it, and he was a mess. Well, I took the leash and took him out in the yard, and I grabbed the garden hose and I start scrubbing him down. Now this is ice cold water out of this hose, and he just stood there and let me do it. He was just happy to get it washed off and to have some attention. And then, okay, over the next 2 weeks, we kept going down there and spending time with him and trying him in all kinds of different situations, and even took the other two dogs to see how the three would react together and all. And I didn't see a problem. What I saw was bad owner, not a bad dog. And all the different signs, it's like, all right, my daughter comes running from behind him and around, and if he was truly the vicious dog, when he come past her from behind, he would snap. And no, there was no sign of anything vicious there. And so I adopted him. I brought him home. He obviously never even knew what a yard was, because his first experience in the yard, he spent like 2 hours sniffing and checking out every blade, and he didn't even want to come in. Okay. At night, he'd sleep all balled up. It took him, like 3 days to figure out he could come up on our bed. And we've got a staircase at the foot of the bed for the dogs. And, took him 3 days to figure out he could come up. Well, then once he got up, he loved it up there. But he'd sleep all balled up. And it took him a few more days to finally figure out he could stretch out. At this point, man, does he stretch out. He's the first one in bed at night, does his growling good rub, and throws the covers and the blankets all over the frickin' place until he gets his spot just absolutely perfect, and then he crashes. But he's the first one in bed, and he's the last one out of bed in the morning. We all get up and leave the room. Tyson's still in bed sleeping. But no, he would bite you. He did the puppy nip. But when your head is that big and your jaw is that big, yeah, it hurts. It draws blood. He had no clue how to be gentle with it. And so the first couple of weeks, I was afraid to come home without a bag of cheeseburgers or hot dogs, some loafing jug or something. I just needed something to plug in his mouth long enough to get him out the back door to go potty. Otherwise, he'd jump up and he'd nip my arm and I'd draw blood with me on all these blood thinners. So, but after a couple of weeks, I finally got him to calm down. Finally got him to realize you don't do that. And, yeah, I almost lost the end off a finger here. I don't know if you can see the scars on it there. But that was, 2-3 years ago. Right after Thanksgiving, when I'm in Walmart, and they had these 3-foot-long candy cane rawhides. And I'm thinking, wow, they'll love that. I'll get one for each of them. And I get home, I give them each one. And the problem with Tyson is, when he got that, he was just so proud of that. And it's like, man, this is mine. And he went out in the yard, and he set the thing down there on the back porch. Now, when Cocoa Puff went to come out the back door, I had an armload of firewood in my hands. And I open the door, and I go to come in, and Cocoa Puff is going out, and his candy cane is laying out there, and he jumped Cocoa Puff. And it happened so fast. As soon as he jumped her, I threw the wood. I had my gloves on. I grab him by the back of the head, and I pull him off of her and pin him down. Well, what happened was I got that finger in the side of his mouth when I came up behind him. He didn't mean to bite me. He didn't know it was me. When he felt he had something in his mouth, though, he was shaking and going for it. It's like, man, he really had something. He was going to tear this up. And I bop him on the top of the head and say, hey, that's my finger. And when he realized it was my finger, it was one of those oh shit moments. And he was just like, oh, I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Well, then we go down to urgent care. And, okay, you know, they flush it all out and bandage it up and stuff. And, you know, they don't do anything to close it up. They want it to heal from the inside out. Just because it's a dog bite. They're worried about infections. We went round and round with the insurance company because it's my dog. Okay? I got bit by my dog. And they're like, well, are you going to sue the people that own the dog? It's like, it's my dog. Why am I going to sue me? You know, he didn't mean to bite me. And what an issue with the insurance company trying to say it was my dog that bit me. It's like they didn't believe me. But, okay, then, yeah, he had the food aggression for a while. And that was a tough one to break. And what I got a hold of was one of these little tasers off of eBay it's only 325,000 volts, so it's not going to hurt anybody. But very impressive spark and crackle. And what I found with that is to correct him in these real tough situations, all you had to do was hit the button on that. And when he'd hear that zap, he would straighten up instantly. Never had to even use it on him. Never even had to touch him with it. But just the sound and the fact it was just so intimidating, he's like, oh no, you're not using that on me. At this point, the batteries went dead, and for some reason I put new batteries in, it won't work. So I think it died. But it did the trick, because I'd sleep with it at night on the headboard and all, because if another dog tried to come up onto the bed, he'd try to keep him away. And so I kept it there where when they got into the fight, because there was no pulling them off, I'd hit the button, and at that point, he'd instantly quit. And now he's to the point that, oh, probably maybe every 3 or 4 months, he may have a little mistake. Your dinner's ready? It is. He'd have a little mistake where, at that point, you know, all I got to do is holler at him, and he'll back off and straighten out. But he's pretty much good. And it's just really freak times that he'll jump somebody, and as soon as I holler, he backs off, he quits. So, but yeah, no, he was a tough one on getting to come around on the food aggression and on the territory bit and all. It's like now Cocoa Puff sleeps in bed with him and the whole bit, and he's cool with that. He knows, hey, this is the way life is. But what I was doing is after, you know, he'd get in a fight and I'd get him apart, I'd throw him out in the yard for a while. Well, the one night, I put him on his leash and his collar and took him out back, tied him off on the trailer with about 10 feet of leeway to go. And I took his water bowl out and his food bowl out, and I set him out there. And as it started getting dark, you could just see his face and just horror that he was in his yard, but he was confined and did not have free run to the whole yard. And everybody else was in the house enjoying life. And I left him out there for 2 hours. That's all for 2 hours. And the sun went down, and it got dark, and he was in the yard. And he was literally a broken doggy. I went out, and, you know, I brought him back in the house. And at that point, he has been like one of the best doggies. That was, like I say, he was literally a broken dog being suddenly restrained in his yard and watching it get dark. And he wanted to be in there with his family and his friends. And, you know, that was the biggest impact I could have made on him. Because after that, his whole disposition has really changed. And very seldom do we ever have a snap. So, oh, my pit bull is the biggest flippin' weenie. Put it this way, she'll go after, if you come in our yard, she'll go after you like she's going to rip you apart. But she'll never touch you. She'll stop about 1.5 feet short of you and she'll sniff the air. And if you acknowledge she's there, she's going to run the other way.
Daddy,
Yeah, I know. I'm coming.
you're taking so long so I'd come back.
Sorry, I was talking. Let's see what we got here. I might want to get off of here so I can eat, guys. Okay. I'm going to see what we got cooking. Oh, wow. Okay, so I already got the turkey breast all checked up? Cool. Thank you. Oh, Brussels sprouts. Oh, okay. Where do I begin? Okay. I want the big plate or a small? I know which one I get. I get my smaller one that fits on my fits on my shelf in case I want to take it out. All right, guys. I'm gonna get off of here and eat food. Okay. You take care, and thank you for joining me today. You take care. Bye. Happy Thanksgiving. All right. Thank you.